Hi all, this is the website chessvibes.com. It's one of my favorite websites about chess. This website is updated every day, so every day we see new articles and news about chess tournaments. For example, now the course tournament is commented every day. They show the games, some analyses, stories, videos, and also each week they have an endgame study. And I would like to have a look together with you at this week's endgame study. Let's have a look. So here's the position of the endgame study of this week, and the task is white to play and win. If you would like to solve it yourself, pause the video, and it's white to move and try to find a forcing way to win this position. I find solving endgame studies something that it is so instructive, because you really learn the subtle things about chess and also the beauty of these small differences. And when I saw this position, I looked at it, and this is actually one of the studies that I could solve without using a chessboard. So I could solve it by just imagining the moves, and I was very happy that I could solve it this way, because it's not always easy. But this time I was looking at, this was my idea, that this queen can become dangerous if it's allowed to give checks to the white king, and the black king seems to be a bit restricted in its movement. So first I looked at a forcing move, rook a8 check, and I thought, okay, if here the queen goes to a6, of course then we take the queen, and this is winning for white. But of course the queen doesn't need to go there. Another move is king to b4, and now I notice that the king now has no place to go. All the squares around it are controlled by white, so only one check would be needed to give a checkmate. But unfortunately it's not possible to have to give a check right now. If there was a pawn here, a white pawn, then of course we could play a3 checkmate, but that would be too easy. So I continue thinking here and imagining what position I would like to achieve. And I thought, now just imagine that this rook is standing here. Then we could play rook a8 to a4 check. The king cannot go anywhere, so black would be forced to exchange the queen for the two rooks on a4, and then the remaining pawn ending is winning for white because of this passed pawn here. So I thought, okay, what happens if we try it immediately? If we play rook to a3? Well, unfortunately black has a tactic here, queen to c6 check, attacking the king and the rook, so this doesn't work. But still, this same idea has other possibilities, and then I saw this other idea that is possible, and that is taking on a4 immediately. Rook takes a4 check, and now black can take this rook in two ways, with the king or with the queen. Now if it takes with the king, well, it's quite easy. Rook a3 check, the king must come back, and then we have this check here, and after the king moves, then we exchange here and we have a one pawn ending. Now what happens if the rook on a4 is not taken by the king but by the queen? Queen takes a4, and now this is a very beautiful variation, because now we have this beautiful move, rook to c4 check. If black takes, then there is a fork here, b3 check. And after queen takes b3, c takes b3, king takes b3, this ending is won for white for two reasons. One is that the passed pawn of white is further towards the end, the last row, as the passed pawn of black. And another one is that if we look at the square of promotion, is in the same diagonal as the king, so that it means that white will promote with check. To show you this, if we play here king to h5 for example, and black starts walking with a pawn, we see that after c2 we have g8, queen, check. The king must go here, and now it's a very technical thing to win this. Queen to g7 check, king goes to b1. Now queen g6, again pinning this pawn. If black tries to bring the other pawn here, then the queen comes closer. If it comes again here, then we have a check. If the king goes to a1, then we take this one, and then it's easy win. Of course, after he plays this, we must not take the pawn, because then it would be a stalemate. But we can give a check here. And after the king goes to a2, then we can bring the king closer. If black tries to advance, then queen to c2, pinning the pawn. The king goes to a1, we give a check here, and this is what we want to achieve. The black king blocks his own pawn, so that gives us the time to bring our own king closer. So this is how it works. This is a theoretical one endgame for white. But the most beautiful thing actually in the endgame study is this idea of, I'll go back now to the position of giving here this check on a4, with the idea that if queen takes, then we have this queen c4 check, king takes c4, b3 check. Now if you would like to have a look at this endgame here, then what you can do is insert this position into your chess engine and try the different variations, so you can see how the technique works of winning this endgame with queen against this passed pawn on the second rank. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video, and leave your comments on YouTube. Goodbye.